Welcome to Friday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's March 17, 2023, your day with a podcast being brought to you by Cowboy State Daily and also being brought to you by WYDOT. Well, as we go through the weekend, we actually don't have a lot going on. It's going to be cold and quiet. We are going to see kind of a gap in the parade of Pacific fronts temporarily. So today, Saturday and Sunday in the Intermountain West and the Western High Plains, it's just going to be cold. As we have been discussing all week, there's nothing to really warm us up. That warm weather we had early in the week, just kind of a tease. We're going to be unseasonably cold through the weekend into the first day of spring on Monday. Then the parade of Pacific fronts starts up again, and we'll see that with West Coast precipitation returning Sunday and into Sunday night. But for the Intermountain West and the Western High Plains, Northern Plains, it's just going to be cold. Now, we do have a frontal system that'll break off from the main storm coming through Monday and Tuesday. That'll bring the mountain snow, areas west of the divide, rain and snow showers, kind of like what we saw last week. Then a stronger front comes in Tuesday night, Wednesday. It still looks like it's not going to come through terribly organized. I do see it as a bit of a stronger system as compared to the ones that have come through this past week. So there might be a bit more weather with this system towards midweek, but it's not going to be, at least at the moment, one of those slow-moving big four corners lows, rather kind of an open wave we call it, but it will be a fairly strong one. Another storm is queued up to come towards and through the region by next weekend, and then there's one behind that as well. So the weather pattern is going to stay active. So this really means a lot more snow for the high country to the west coast and areas west of the divide. There you can see on the satellite imagery this morning, well, there's actually not a lot happening across the west. We've got some low clouds and flurries up here across parts of eastern Montana and the Dakotas. Still flurry activity will be noticed up there today as cold northwest winds aloft continue, but for the rest of the west, fairly quiet weather. Now, speaking out west, I mean, the photos coming out of the Sierra Nevada, California are just amazing. This is from the Mammoth Mountain area. There are a lot, and I mean a lot of ski areas in California and Wyoming and Colorado and Utah, really all of the Intermountain West, where snowfall totals in the Sierra Nevada, many are over 600 inches for the season, headed towards 700 or more. And we've got a lot of folks in the Rockies that are in the 500 club, like Jackson Hole Ski Area and Snowbird and in Utah. And so you're getting photos like this in the High Sierra with more to come. And if you look at the snowpack figures, look where the dark blue and the light blue areas are. That's where the snowpack is really far above average. I mean, we've got snowpacks in Arizona here that are 400% or more of average. And these cold March temperatures not going to allow much melting at all. Usually this time of year, as you get up into the lower elevations where the snowpack is, you start to get melt out. Not yet, and nothing really with a lot of melting in the mountains anytime soon. I want to show you the latest drought monitor just to show you that we've come a long way in a year. We've got more to go, especially for the Central Plains. But if we look just at the far west, this is where we were at the beginning of the winter season, let's say. This is late September of last year. This is where we are now. So there's still lots of yellows and browns. There's still a lot of drought areas. But notice they're now more sort of isolated islands and pockets. So there's been a big improvement this winter. And really to get improvement in winter is not easy to do sometimes, but certainly has happened. And look at California, September to now. Remarkable. You've got a lot of areas if you look at the epicenter of the worst drought conditions in California, no longer in drought. And with more precipitation to come, we're going to eat away at the drought up here and eat away at some of that drought down here as well. Here's the high pressure ridge coming in behind the low that is now into the northern plains. This is what's going to be pumping in the colder air. This is why it's going to be so chilly. This guy is just kind of a cold pump, pumping cold air out of north central Canada into the western high plains and Rockies. But the good news is, while it is going to be kind of windy and brisk up here still today and along and east of the divide, this area of high pressure coming in is going to slacken off the winds a little bit and just give us dry, cold weather. And here are the temperature anomalies for today. Look at all the purple up in the Dakotas, but really for most of the country. This is for Saturday and this is for Sunday and into Monday. So what you're seeing right here is the first day of spring. Monday, look how cold Texas is going to be. Look how cold Mexico is. Temperatures on the first day of spring, as we showed you yesterday, going to be very, very chilly. The exception is this little strip right there where temperatures will be near normal, a little bit above on Monday, but everybody going to ring in spring a little on the chilly side. This is the precipitation forecast through Sunday. This is kind of what's left of a system coming through now for New Mexico and southern Colorado, the flurries up in the Dakotas, and the West Coast rains. This is mainly coming in as we get into the day on Sunday, and this is what the snowfall totals look like through Sunday. So you can see there's really not a lot going on. As we get into early next week, by late Monday night and Tuesday, a piece of the California low kind of comes off, and this will spread snow into the Rockies. So as we get into Monday, Tuesday, the high country west of the divide, you're going to get into snow again and rain and snow showers west of the divide. Then this main low kind of gets stretched out. It gets stretched out because this guy coming in behind it is kind of crashing the party, not allowing this storm to dig into the west, but rather become a system that moves quickly. That's why it gets disorganized. But there's going to be a pretty good frontal boundary right here. And when you get these, especially later into March, you're going to get a lot of weather along that boundary. You're going to get rain, snow showers. You're probably going to even maybe see some thunderstorm activity with this frontal boundary as we get into late Tuesday night and Wednesday and into early Thursday and next week. So while it's probably not going to become a big plains system, it is going to be a weather maker, and it's going to induce colder weather again. And then this is by next weekend. We see another low swinging in right here, and it just keeps reloading up here. So as long as that happens, systems are going to continue to come through the west right on into early April. Have yourself a great weekend. Stay warm. Going to be chilly. We'll see you on Monday.